Peace everyone, Unmask Art here. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Today I'm sharing a time-lapse of one of my Patreon tutorials. The full version of this piece is viewable on my Patreon page along with many more hours of tutorials. I also started a series of portrait tutorials and I just finished the first hour of that, which shows you step by step in real time how I draw the eyes of a portrait. However, getting back to this drawing here, I actually used a little bit of black ink for the preliminary drawing of this. For the black neck and tail piece, I decided it would be easier if I had them very black from the beginning. Anytime you work with straight lines, it's extremely important that they are nice and sharp, so I thought ink was the best idea. Using ink with colored pencils is a lot like using acrylic paint with oils. You can safely use acrylic under oil paint, but not the other way around, and similarly, you can use ink under colored pencils, but not on top of it. That reminds me, I also like using alcohol markers to create an underpainting for my colored pencils. Anyways, so that is what I decided here. The focus of this particular drawing was on my technique for drawing wood grain. It was requested by one of my lovely Patreon supporters, and I'm grateful for the request because it allowed me to introduce one of my favorite and perhaps most effective techniques. The technique I'm referring to is frequency separation. Now, if you have any experience with photography and retouching, you might have heard this phrase before. Essentially, the idea is to isolate texture from color. You can think of color as being low frequency, or in our case, the base layers, and the texture being the higher frequency, or the fine details. Now, with experienced artists, we naturally think this way, but I've never heard it expressed in a way that would resonate with the inexperienced. I have found over the years that the actual application of this technique is far less important than being able to conceptualize it when looking at the subjects you want to recreate, regardless as to the medium you're using. There's a significant advantage to training your mind to ignore every fine detail in an image, to look past those single strands of hair, or in the case of this cello, the single grain of wood. Learning to look past these insignificant details allows you to capture that which is most important in an image, and that's the color. It's color that establishes the foundation. It controls everything: the mood, the lighting, the sensation of realism. I promise you that if you feel stuck wherever you are with your art, on your next piece, ignore all the details you think makes the image look real. Capture the colors, look past the fine lines and subtle grain. Then, and only then, slowly let those details creep back in. Anyways, here is a look at the final drawing. I hope you enjoyed the video and my insight gave you something to think about. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.